Hey there, it's John and Help for DriveHUD, and as promised, I'm going to do some more cash game hand analysis. I've been trying to wait to get webcams set up so you can actually see my ugly mug while I do this, and hopefully make it a little more interesting so you could see me squirm and go, ah, why are you doing that? But I plan to do a whole bunch of different hands from all sorts of different stake levels. This hand here at the top is a deep hand that has not been answered yet, so let's go ahead and answer it. This is a 10 NL 6 max cash game. Hero has ace jack of diamonds in this small blind, looks like, and it is three-way. So opponent button limps on the button. Hero raises from the small blind, big blind calls, button calls. So first of all, take a look at our opponents. Looks like button is potentially a big fish. And where is big blind? A little bit of kind of an aggro, probably bad lag for these stakes. So Hero flops top pair in the nut flush draw, so that's awesome. They bet 3/4 of the pot. Big blind calls, button calls. Hero and big blind call. Pretty standard here on the flop. There's really no need to re-raise, especially when a bad opponent here min raises two opponents. It can mean a whole lot of things just because they're bad. So it could just mean top pair, and but it could also be a big hand that could have limped a big hand. Their range is pretty wide. If we only have 8 hands and they're open limping on the button and they've already played 2/3 of their hands. So anyways, turn comes, bingo, presto, get the nut flush, hero checks, big blind bets 45, button essentially min raises that, gets all his stack in. And the question is, what does hero do? Do they just call or get it all in? So yeah, I mean, the answer here is pretty obvious. You're going to break down 2 basic scenarios. I mean, if you jam here this deep, you potentially lose your opponent. And we don't want to do that. We have a pretty good, looks like bad lag and big blind. If we just, if we go ahead and just call, we at least give them the potential to stay in this hand and get us some more money on the river. You're not going to fold pretty much any rivers because this opponent's bad, and there's a ton of worse flushes. I might not be able to get away from straights. You don't know at this point, but you're not going to fold, so the answer should be obvious. You just call and hope that when you jam, they still call. But you don't want to give your opponent a chance to make the best decision possible. It's always a standard first thing in poker. Anytime you can allow your opponent to make a mistake, you want to allow them. You don't want to give them an opportunity to get away from a hand. So answer here should essentially be call. The buttons min raise to the big blind, allow them, they're going to very likely at least call this since it's not much more, and then hopefully they'll call the river. So yeah, that's it. And that goes, I guess, yeah, we'll just do one hand for now. So next time I'll break down some more hands and make it a little more interesting, but it's a good test case, and wish you success at the poker tables.